Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 fantasy books that are on my TBR that I really want to read. Now, fantasy is not my favorite genre, but there are fantasy books that I do want to read and that I do really enjoy, but I just don't reach for that genre as much, and so hopefully by making this video, I will pick up these books sooner rather than later. So an alternate title for this video could be Popular Books That Keeley Still Hasn't Read, even though literally everyone else has. So let's get started. So the first book on this list is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I really don't know a lot about this book because when I first read the synopsis was when it first came out years ago, and this book has been out for quite a while. I know the back says, "They killed my mother, they took our magic, they tried to bury us, now we rise." I'm really looking forward to this one, especially because Tomi is a big fan of the K-pop group 17, which is one of my favorite groups, and she is close with the member Vernon because Vernon and her brother are friends, and Vernon has actually read this book, so I feel like I need to get on it, because if I ever meet him, I could be like, yo, Children of Blood and Bone though, am I right? Okay, there's that one. The next book I have is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I'm pretty sure this one is fantasy, correct me if I'm wrong. All I know about this book is there are different kinds of London and there's magic involved and people really seem to love it. I haven't read a lot of Victoria Schwab before. I've read her middle grade series, so I definitely need to dive more into her young adult and adult categories. But yes, I really need to read it because I've loved what I've read so far from her, so I'm interested to see if I would read or love more of her fantasy works and her older works as well. The next one I have is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. So, whoa, this messes up my white balance. Is that, I don't know what's better for this. Anyway, so I believe this follows a girl named Jude, and when she was 7 years old, her parents were murdered, and then she was stolen by the fairy and taken to the fairy court. So if you know me, and if you've watched my videos recently, I hate fairies. I don't like reading about fairies, and that's why a lot of the popular series I haven't read yet, because a lot of them involve fairies, and I don't like the fae. I just don't like them. Anytime I read a book about them, I'm just like, no, don't like you. And the fact that this book is all about fairies, not excited for that, but I've heard really great things about this. I've read Holly Black before and I really liked her books, so hopefully I'll enjoy this one as well. I'm pretty sure I own all of these as well, so need to get to them. And it's good because they're not too long. Like, sometimes fantasy can be way too long, but this one isn't too long, so I should be able to read it fairly quickly. The next one I have is one of the most popular books that BookTube has ever talked about, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Once again, fairies. Don't like fairies, but I love Sarah J. Maas's books. I haven't read, or I haven't finished the Throne of Glass series yet, but I've read like 4 or 5 books in the series, and I really, really love them. I really love her writing and her storytelling, so I'm just really scared about this one because it involves fairies, and I don't like fairies. How many times can I say that? But everyone seems to love it. I own the whole series, except for the newest one. Might as well read it. All I know about this one is I'm pretty sure it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but I feel like no one talks about that anymore, so maybe it's not like that anymore. Who knows? Let's see what it's about. Let's discover this together. She stole a life, now she must pay with her heart. When 19-year-old huntress Feyre kills a wolf in the woods, a beast-like creature arrives to demand retribution. Okay, yes, so I think she kills something and it turns out to be a fae, and so they take her. We'll see. Fae are just so mean and despicable. I don't like them. And the last book on this list is The Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is book 3 in the From Blood and Ash series. I feel like I've talked about this in almost every video I've done since this came out because I still haven't read it. And every time I talk about it, I talk about how massive it is. This is one of my problems with fantasy, is sometimes the books are so big that I don't want to read them or pick them up because they're just so big, and I could read so many shorter books in that time. But I love Jennifer L. Armentrout. She is my favorite author. This series has been so fun so far. It involves vampires, so that's all I really need to tell you. Vampires. But yes, I need to pick this one up. I got it as soon as it came out. The other 2 I read as soon as they came out, and this one I haven't, so I need to. Okay, so those are 5 fantasy books that I need to read that are currently on my TBR, and I currently own them. Let me know which one of those that I should read first. There's a lot of good and popular ones on there, I know. I do want to read all of them despite the fairy culture in some of these. But yes, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!